Hello again, Hawking. Welcome to Friday Maths. As you can see, it's the same area that we're learning about today. So Year 3's recognizing equivalent fractions using diagrams and such. Year 4's knowing some equivalents of your decimals. And Year 5's being able to find equivalent fractions of a wider range of fractions. Again, we're going to have a warm-up. I'm going to talk for a bit, you're going to do a bit, but much more practically today. And there'll be a challenge as well. You might want to round up some scissors, some coloured paper, or just strips of paper that you've cut into equal length parts. It'll become more obvious when I show you them later on. But first of all, here goes with our warm-up. As ever, I'm going to set it to 3. But you pause it as many times as you need to in between. We're finding fifths of amounts. So just count up in 5s until you hit the total. And you'll know how many fifths there are in it. How many 5s there are in it. And that will show you what a fifth of it is. Here we go. And there's our answers there. I hope you did pause it whenever required, because it went at a heck of a speed there. So, I told you we'd be more practical today. You can find these all over the internet, and they're called fraction walls. Well, today it's your turn to make one. I have a few tips. Get yourself some scissors and paper and cut strips, but all your strips need to be the same length. Cut your strips the same length. Select one of your strips to be the 1/1 or the whole at the top. And then when you're doing halves, it's easy for you to fold your strip of paper in half to find out where to draw the line. When you're doing quarters, it's easy for you to fold your strip of paper in half and then in half again to find out where to draw the lines for quarters. Year 4's, I want to see quarters on there, but I also need to see the 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 for 3/4, 1 whole. But when you write them in here, it's going to be 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, because they're all 1/4. But think about when you add them together what they add up to. Year 5's, you're going to go further down here until you end up with many rows, and you'll be able to find equivalents where you say, well, I can spot that 4/12 is the same as 1/3 because they come to the same area there. You're going to need to be accurate with your cutting, accurate with your labeling. Make sure that you start with all your strips that are the same length that you need them at the beginning. You don't need to have lots of different colored paper, and you need to consider one chili challenge is you being able to get all the way down to at least quarters. 2 chili challenge, you need to also have your decimals labeled in on the quarters, and you might wish to go further. 3 chili challenge, you Year 5's, once you've constructed it, you need to find some equivalences on it. So, you need to be able at the end, underneath your poster, write, 2/6 is equivalent to 1/3. And find as many of those as you can. Now, I've set this on a Friday because this is a lovely opportunity for you to make something practical. Take a photograph of it and pop it onto the blog. So I really look forward to seeing the fraction walls that you've made up. Go wild with your creativity. What you want to make it out of, which you want to use. I imagine there'll be cut up picture magazines and glitter and things glued onto it to make it look fantastic. All the best, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.